Hello everyone, my name is Jenna. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be guiding you through a beginner's yin practice. If you're unfamiliar with what yin yoga is, it is essentially holding poses from 1 to 20 minutes. And you're holding these poses in a meditative state. So it's not necessarily flowing or vinyasa, but it can be very intense holding the poses. So we'll go ahead and get settled into child's pose. If you would like, you can keep your knees together and fold over or bring your knees wide on your mat. Big toes touch. Sink your hips back and bring your forehead to your mat. And as you sink into your child's pose, become aware of your breath. Do you have controlled breathing, or is it a bit sporadic? And if it is sporadic, take a deep inhale through your nose. And sigh it out your mouth. And do that a few times. Big inhale. And exhale. Working with controlled breath helps you not only sink into your poses, but it helps release the tension you may be holding on to in those joints. Right here it could be your shoulders are super scrunched up. Tuck your shoulders behind your ears, upper arm bones back. You can rock your forehead from side to side, releasing any tension you may be holding in your neck. And then bring your forehead back to center. On your next inhale, lift your hips up off of your mat. Bring your knees in about hip width apart. And you're going to walk your hands out just a bit. Bring your forehead to your mat. Now what you're looking for here is you can tuck your toes to keep your feet nice and active, but you're looking to stack your hips over your knees. Knees aligned with ankles, nice straight back. Again, it's so easy to arch your spine here and dump forward. What you're looking for is that nice alignment. Keep the control in your breath. If you're finding that this is really hard with your forehead on the mat, just begin to rock it from side to side again. Take 3 more breaths here. Big inhale through your nose. And exhale. Lift your forehead off of your mat and extend your legs out nice and long. You're going to lift your chest off of your mat and come into the Sphinx pose. Again, you can keep your feet tucked if you'd like, just to keep them active, or press them to the tops of your feet. Just creating a nice small back bend. Now, the reason why we hold these poses is because there's webbing from head to toe called fascia. And that fascia is what holds us all together. And when it is stretched for long periods of time, the body has a reaction called a face change. And this change is essentially a reconstructive method that the body takes. So when you hold the poses from 1 to 20 minutes, depending, the longer you hold them, the more extreme face change you have. But the body reconstructs the fascia to be stronger than it was before. On your next inhale, extend your arms out long for seal, creating a deeper back bend. Keep your upper arm bones back and really press into the tops of your feet. Now, there are 3 ways that we can stretch our muscles in our spine. You can create movement by stretching, which is the muscles going apart, like what we're doing with our arms right now. There's compressing, which is what we're doing in our back bend right now. And then there's twisting. And these are 3 ways to create the full scope of a face change. You're hitting the fascia from every angle and stretching the body in every way possible. Take a deep inhale. Tuck your toes, and you can lower all the way down to your belly. Press up and come into a downward facing dog. So bring your tailbone up towards the sky. Go ahead and bend one knee at a time, walking out your dog. Just sort of releasing from that nice back bend, Sphinx and seal. On your next inhale, lift your right leg and step it through to the top of your mat. Bring your hands both inward, so meet them together on the inside of your right foot. Bring your left knee to your mat. Again, keep your toes tucked or come onto the tops. We're going to come into dragon pose. So if you're comfortable right here, you can stay right here. Just remember, keep your upper arm bones back. Pivot your belly in and up, and soften your joints. Don't lock your elbows here. If you'd like a deeper stretch, you can come onto your forearms. Just remember you are holding here for a little while, so you want to make sure you're comfortable. And an even deeper stretch for a nice flying dragon. Just kind of open your hip, lowering your right knee closer to the floor. If you're in flying dragon, go ahead and bring your knee back up to center. If you've lowered down to your forearms, go ahead and extend your arms out long. Tuck your back toes if you haven't already done that. And begin to step back into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your left leg, step it through to the top of your mat. Extend your right leg nice and long, and bring your knee to the ground. Bring your left hand inward to meet your right and come into your dragon pose. Again, choosing which one you'd like to stay in. You can stay here, you can lower down, or come into a nice flying dragon. Keep control of your breath. And if you feel like you're holding tension somewhere else, so say you have fists, you're scrunching your face, release that tension with every exhale. And the reason why I say that is we're trying to reconstruct the fascia in our hips right now, our hips and our shoulders. And if you're holding tension in your face or in your hands or in your back foot, you're like, oh. If you're doing that, your body wants to fix those areas. You want to focus your intention in the right spot. So if you're holding tension in your forehead, take your fingers and just kind of massage your third eye, or smile. Your body doesn't know the difference between a real smile or a fake smile, so smile if you're feeling any kind of discomfort. If you're in flying, go ahead and come back to center. Extend your arms and step back into downward facing dog. Whew, got a few hip pops out of that one, that's nice. Now I just used the word discomfort. You do want some discomfort in yin yoga. And I say that because there's a difference between good and bad discomfort, good and bad pain, good and bad, sensation. Go ahead and bring both of your knees to your mat at the same time. Come to a flat back. Now, there is good and bad sensation. What we want is good sensation. You want to be able to feel it. But if you are in pain, ease up. If it is physically hurting you, ease up. You're allowed to do that. That's what's so beautiful about yin yoga, is that you create how intense your poses are going to be. We'll just counter with some cat-cow. So on your inhale, arch your back, lift your gaze. And exhale, tuck your tailbone, gaze comes between your legs. One more round, inhale. And exhale. Come back to center. Go ahead and untuck your toes and come back into a seated position. You can wiggle out your back. I know I still have a few crunchies in there. And go ahead and bring your legs out nice and long in front of you. You can wiggle out your knees a bit. Kind of scooch out your homemade cushion. Get your booty out of your way and come nice and firm on your sit bones. Bring your right foot to meet your left thigh, creating kind of a figure 4. Inhale to lengthen your spine. And fold over your left leg, keeping a slight bend in your left knee. If it's easy for you to just fold over your leg, I invite you to keep your alignment. Start with a straight back. And slowly, with each exhale, deepen. I love these kinds of folds because it wakes up, your back chain. Wakes up your back body, which is so often neglected. We are very much usually focused in our front body. So these stretches are so much more intense when they actually get the attention that they deserve. And slowly rise back up. Bring your right foot to meet your left and shake them out a bit. Come back to center. Again, come onto your sit bones. Bring your left foot to meet your right thigh. Inhale to lengthen. Again, slight bend in your right knee. You want to soften your joints. We're not creating the extra tension. We want our body to be focused exactly what we're being focused on today. And if you're feeling that sensation on your back chain, like I know I am right now, with each inhale, breathe into those areas. So for me, the back of my thigh, I can feel it. So as I inhale, I want to send my breath there, and exhale the tension that I've been holding there. Slowly rise back up. Bring your left foot to meet your right. Inhale to lengthen one last time. And fold over both of your legs. So be sure to keep that slight bend in both of your knees. Upper arm bones back. And hold. Another thing about reconstructing the fascia is that next time you get into these poses, or next time you hold these poses, you may be able to hold them for longer, but you'll also realize that you might be just a little bit more flexible than you were last time. I know for me, practicing yin quite a few times a week has drastically changed my folds and how I fold. So before it was very easy for me to just slump here. But now that I'm learning how to hinge from my waist instead of my spine, it's drastically changed my flexibility. So if that's one of the goals or something you're trying to achieve, is more range of motion within your joints and deeper flexibility, this practice literally reconstructs your body for that structure alone. Take 3 more breaths here. Slowly rise back up. Kind of bring the bottoms of your feet together, your knees go wide on your mat. You don't want to bring your knees in close to your pelvis, bring them out a bit far. We're going to come into butterfly. If you need something right here, if this is really hard having your knees open like this, you can grab blocks or pillows, whatever you have, to kind of alleviate some of that stress. So just sit here and learn to be comfortable in this posture. If you would like to deepen, you're going to fold over your feet. Lock your hands out. Again, keep control of your breath. On your next inhale, slowly rise back up. Extend your legs out nice and long. Shake them out a little bit. We did a lot of work on our back body. So let's go ahead and lower all the way down to our backs. And hug your knees into your chest. If you like, you can rock from side to side. And all of these poses create kind of almost like an acu-stress on our joints and ligaments. So with every holding of a pose, we have a counter pose. So holding can kind of tighten, but if we rock from side to side and hug our knees and our chest, I know when I do this, I feel it right in my hips. So rocking from side to side allows that lubrication to come in. And come back to center. Now we talked about the 3 ways that we can stretch our muscles, or move our muscles in our spine. So we've compressed with our back bends, we've stretched with our folds, and now we're going to go ahead and begin to twist. So bring your arms out nice and long into a little T shape or goalpost, whatever's comfortable for you, and lower your knees towards the left of your mat. Bring your gaze over your right shoulder. And in the process of those different levels of movement, we're also massaging our organs, creating acupressure, acu-stress on joints and ligaments, but also helping aid in digestion. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. And bring your gaze back to center. Bring your knees up to center. And then lower them to the right of your mat. Your gaze will come over your left shoulder. Again, if you're feeling any sensation, just smile. Release that tension. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Bring your gaze and your knees back to center. Hug them into your chest. And then release your legs out long. Bring your hands to your hips. Palms face the sky. And get settled in for Shavasana. body fall heavy and sink deep into your mat. Come back into your natural breath. I invite you to stay here for as long as you possibly can. But for now, I'll ask you to bring awareness back into your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes, rocking your head from side to side. Hug your knees into your chest and lower your body to one side. Come into sleepy baby. With whichever hand landed on top, press up into a seated position. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today and continuing and to learn and grow. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. I will be putting new practices out every Monday. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.